Hello. It is Saturday morning and it's such a beautiful day. And I decided yesterday that I was going to go to the markets tomorrow, Sunday, and try and get rid of some of these tulips. It's very bright. So I'm just over at one of the patches that I'm going to harvest now, and I actually use this basket to harvest, and it's one of those baskets that's super pretty, and you see like all the homesteaders using them, but it's really not very practical for a lot of things. But I do find it very, very good for harvesting tulips, because you can just kind of lay them flat until I've processed them. So I'll wash them and cut the bulb off, but yeah, I'm going to work on this patch now.
Yeah.
A lot of money wasted.
Yes.
I nearly doubled down on those as well, and I'm so happy I didn't now.
But see, I've seen other people on social media with them and they're just cranking and they're beautiful. And I have seen that you can throw some shade cloth over them to try and cool it down and get them to more sort of reach for the light.
Yeah, I'm probably about a quarter of the way through. And you can see what I was talking about with this basket as well. It's so handy because I can just lie them all flat and then I can just wash them all like that with the hose. But these are beautiful pinky and orange ones. So this bucket I bought from a lovely other local grower, Jenna, over at the Villa Gardens. I just wanted to grab another 50 extra stems or so, just so I've got a really beautiful display at the markets, and I'm so happy I did because look, this is like my dream. Just dark purple, it's so gorgeous. And then we've got the ones from my growing space over here, so we've got the beautiful parrot cabana tulips, gorgeous pink, oranges, deeper pinks down there, some really gentle singles. Exciting! Okay, so I do not have a fancy design studio, unfortunately. I have my garage. So I am going to set up a bit of a processing station in here, I think. I've washed all the tulips, so I'm just going to set up my trestle table with my craft paper, tissue paper, the flowers, and then some fresh water vases, along with like twine and my business cards, and I'm just going to go along and process a bunch and then pop it in the water at the end. That's the plan. I'm trying to be efficient here with my time. This is a new table because I didn't have one and I thought it would be very useful. Even if I don't do many markets, it's useful just to have when I'm making up bouquets to sell through the collection box. At the moment I just use my dining room table, which slightly annoys the rest of the family, so I think this will be a good purchase. Okay, I should have been smarter about this. And I only wanted quite a small table because I don't have a massive flower farm. It's likely when I'm doing markets that I'm not going to have 100 bunches to take with me. So I just wanted something that's going to look full without having to take a lot of stock. So I've got this one, and I do have another smaller side table as well. Made that look harder than it should have been. Will it go higher? I don't know if it will go higher than that. No, that's the end. Oh, am I supposed to lock this in? Oh, yeah. Oh, good, it's nice and high. Yeah, I wanted something that's not going to cripple my back. I'll move you back. I wanted a trestle table that wasn't going to cripple my back. So this is like the cheapest table you can buy, by the way, but it comes up nice and high, so I'm not kind of working like this all the time, which, yeah, just the harvesting alone is a little bit of a backbreaker. So this is cool. I'll bring the tulips in. There's another one back here. I've pre-folded these last night just to save a job today. Whoa. Alrighty, this is feeling overwhelming now, but it's alright. Might be contemplating my choices. Okay, I think I just look at it as individual bouquets, not the whole job that is sitting on the floor in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna get some water. Are they under here? I'm just gonna snip some ties because I didn't prepare this beforehand, so I'm just gonna cut these just to make it easier down the line so I don't have to find my scissors and cut a piece of twine every time I've made a bunch. So as a small space, kind of urban flower grower, I would never have enough stock to do markets regularly. Just the size of my growing space and what I can grow, I would not be able to supply myself to do markets every week. In the kind of peak season in summer, I probably could do a market once a month, and possibly buy buckets from other local growers or the wholesaler as well. But I've found when you do that, your margins become really tight when you're selling at a market, and it would just be too much of a risk for not enough profit and the amount of work that goes into it. So I would probably only ever do markets when I can supply at least probably 80% of the flowers from my own space. But tulips are the perfect crop to do markets with, I think, because they come as quickly as they go, and if you've grown tulips before, you'll know that they all just flush at once. So I have a lot of stock that I need to move very quickly. So in this situation, markets are going to be my best bet. I think I'm going to do 5 stem bunches mainly. This is what I've been selling through the collection box, and it seems to be a popular option. And when I'm choosing my flowers, I'm just looking for some that are more open than others, so the customer can kind of see what they're buying in the bunch with the ones that are a little bit more open. But then also you're going to get a really nice vase life out of them as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to test my counting. And then I'm just going to wrap. I'm going with 2 sheets of tissue paper. Pretty. And then I just have my sheets pre-cut to make life a little bit easier today. You know what I didn't do was refill my stapler. That's empty. It's all these little things that are really annoying when you come to actually get into it, so don't be like me. Make sure you've got everything prepared beforehand. And chuck those in. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put ribbon around these or just leave it as twine. Obviously there's an extra cost involved, but that's pretty minimal. It's more the labour involved for me to go and tie ribbon to every one of the bunches. So yes, I will see. Might be actually something that I just take ribbon with me tomorrow morning when I'm setting up, because we have to set up quite early. I'll have to set up by 7 AM and it doesn't open until 9 AM, so it might be a smart idea for me just to take ribbon down with me to the market tomorrow, and then I can just quickly tie when I'm there, kind of just twiddling my thumbs in the morning. Okay, so this is what I am left with. So I think I have 22 bouquets, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little posy jars. Most of the bouquets are $20 ones, and then I also have the $30 ones, which have about 8 stems in. So yeah, that was what I was expecting, so that's good. My calculations were right. I haven't actually figured out how I'm going to transport them yet, and I think this might be the biggest challenge, is how I'm going to get all these in the car safely, because most of them are in like big tall glass cylinder vases that I use, and then I've got some bunches in buckets and they'll be fine, It's mainly the ones that are in the glass cylinders, which I think will look really nice on the stand, but might be a little bit tricky to get them there in one piece. So yes. Good morning, it's just past 6 a.m. on Sunday, so I'm just going to start loading the car up. It's very dark in here. We are just about halfway through, and well, I'd say that it's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so we've been open for 2 hours, and I would say I'm just over halfway sold now, which is really good. Started off busy, definitely died down, and now it's just starting to pick back up again, so I was losing hope about an hour ago, but yeah, going well so far. I just got back a couple of hours ago, and I ended up selling out in the end, which was amazing. I sold out of my tulips. I had some cut flower seedlings left over, but I didn't really advertise that I was bringing any cut flower seedlings, so it's probably a different crowd of people that would come to buy seedlings over somebody who wants some pretty flowers for the house or for a gift. So yeah, I sold out of my dahlia tubers. I think I took around 4 or 5, so I took not very many at all. But yeah, I was really happy that they sold. They were all potted up and they all had really nice eyes on them, which probably helped those people who know what you're looking for when you're buying tubers. But yeah, I didn't really advertise it as a plant sale, so that was kind of just a bonus. But yeah, I was stoked to sell out because there was definitely a period where it was looking slow, and where I was positioned, there was 2 people selling flowers like before me. So people come in, customers come in, and then there was 2 stands selling flowers before then they got to me right at the end of a row. So yeah, I kind of missed out on that initial impression as a flower stand, but then people came through anyway, and we were all kind of aiming for different things, me and the other flower growers. So there was another person just selling $5 posies, and then there was somebody else selling tulips, but they were kind of wrapped a little bit differently, a little bit smaller, more like a posy size. And I think everybody else sold out or did very well as well. So it's always cool to see other growers come together. And I met a couple of other growers who have followed along on Instagram and on YouTube. So that's really cool. I wish we got a photo now if you're watching this, but it was really nice to meet you. Yeah, I found especially, I don't know if it's like this across New Zealand, but in Taupo, it's not really a competitive scene. Everybody just supports each other, and we look for ways that we can work together. I mentioned when I was making the bouquets up that I bought a bucket of 50 stems from another local grower. She just messaged me earlier in the week saying if I wanted stems, she's got them, and that kind of triggered my thinking into, well, I'm gonna have loads of stems myself, so maybe if I buy a bucket from you I'll have enough to do the markets. So thanks, Jenna, for your beautiful flowers. So I bought 50 stems from Jenna, and then I didn't do an actual count up of stems, but I'll be able to work it out from the bouquets, but I think I had around 100 of my own stems, so about 150 all up. I am just gonna go and add up how much I made, and I will come back to you if it was worth it. I've just moved in the greenhouse because my neighbour is mowing their lawn. So I just did a quick add up of how much I sold. So in total I sold $756 worth of flowers, a couple of plants, but that was mainly the tulips. I paid $85 for a bucket of flowers from the other local grower that I was talking about. So that was $85, and that left me with $571 profit. I traded my market fee for a bunch of flowers. It worked out it was the same price, and the lady who organises the markets was there, so we just called it even, a trade for my 8 stemmer tulips for the market fee. So yeah, $571 profit. I need to add up how many stems I took, but I'll pop it on the screen here. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. So with tulips, they're just such a high cost crop, and high labour as well. So I spent just over $600 this year on bulbs, and that got me 1,000 bulbs altogether, and I just made $571 profit. So doing the one market, for which I took around about 100 bulbs, has covered the cost then for the season. So now here on out, everything I make is going to be profit, and that just takes the pressure off me a little bit. I can relax knowing that I've made my money back now, and now everything else I make is profit. Now obviously I'm not taking into account my time, which is massive when it comes to tulips. I've just spent close to 12 hours prepping, harvesting, prepping, wrapping, and spending the morning at the markets as well, and I'm not paying myself for that time. So when you counter that in, I don't know if it's worth it. For me, it's sacrificing a weekend, which is family time, and I work a normal job throughout the week. It is school holidays here at the moment, and that's probably the only reason why I did it, was because I've been spending time with the kids in the week. If I had to sacrifice time with them in a normal week, I don't think it would be worth it for me to do the markets. It has taken the pressure off this year, knowing that I've made my money back from those bulbs, and yeah, here on out I'm going to be making a little bit of money. It was also really good from the point of view, so I advertised through my Facebook page, and I shared that to the local notice board pages, and I tagged the market in there, and the market page, which has quite a big following, shared it to their Facebook page as well. And from that, sorry, there's an aeroplane. From that, I definitely got a few new customers that had never heard of me. They want kind of flowers throughout the week, and they loved the idea of how I operate the collection box. So it was good for the fact that hopefully I got a few more kind of long-term customers from it, and I just got my name out there. I have always liked doing the spring flowers, because when I close for the season at the end of summer, I found it's always good just to kind of refresh people's memories that you're back and you're selling your flowers again. My plan for this year was to fully lean into wholesale, just with capacity. It's just the most time efficient for me. So I still plan on doing that, but market is a good way of making kind of just that little bit of extra profit. Yeah, if I needed a boost. So it's really good to keep that in mind, and I'm so happy that I sold out, and I'm so thankful to everybody that bought a bunch of flowers or a plant today, because it is stressful when you've put kind of a lot of time and money into this. As kind of a side job, I guess. It's really nice to have that payoff, so I really appreciate it. Even if you just said hi today and didn't buy anything, that's so lovely as well, so thank you. And just like that, I come outside and there's a whole load more ready to pop.